Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about American politics, and we're going to talk about how, if you're interested in American politics, you want to know truth, right? And so we're going to talk about truth sources, and I'm going to explain to you how Hollywood is a rock solid truth source now, and news is fantastic for fiction. If you want great fiction, go to a news source. If you want fantastic truth, go to Hollywood, right? And you're like, Scott, that's a really odd thing to say. You're right. We live in upside down world. The fringe is the carpet now, okay? And I'm trying to get you here because this is extremely important to understand, okay? So I'm going to give you an example of it. And I'm going to continue to kind of point to places where Hollywood is bringing extremely powerful, useful truth, okay? When the news is failing to do that, and Hollywood is doing it with absolute perfect timing, absolute perfect timing. And I don't think this isn't an accident. This is by design, and it needs to be understood because I do believe the vast majority of Americans do not understand this in any possible way. They just don't understand it, okay? All right, so let's get you there. So we're going to talk about Taron Egerton's Netflix 2024 movie, Carry On. All right, okay, fantastic film. I listened to Grace Randolph. She's an amazing, absolutely fantastic, literally the best movie critic in the world, right? And so she recently covered just the money. She covered in her movie math. She covered how much viewership Carry On got for Netflix, because we don't know the dollars, because it's complex, right? It brings them subscribers, but we don't know how many subscribers, and we don't know how much of an increase. How much do they get for getting a new subscriber? How long does that? We don't know, right? Money has gotten outrageously complicated, right? But Carry On is a really important film. So what is Carry On, and what was the truth it carried in an extremely timely manner? All right, so here we go. So the end of 2024, there comes, okay, so I'm going to talk about short arms and long arms, okay? I don't like to use the G word, right? It's a 3-letter word. So let's talk about it through the language established with Fortnite, okay? So Fortnite has weapons, right? You grab a weapon, and you actually don't eliminate anybody, right? You just de-res them, right, with one of these weapons. Those weapons are ARs, SMGs, sniper, pistol, okay? And is there anything else in there? That covers most of them, right? And there's different kinds of all of those, right? So this situation, so let's talk about a pistol, okay? Just like they use the language on Fortnite, right? So let's talk about a pistol. Now, at the end of 2024, a specific event happened in New York City, right? A very unfortunate gentleman died, and his life was taken, right? No, and it caught the imagination of the entire country, right? And normally when a person passes, when their life is taken from them by someone else, right? Normally America's like, oh no, that's terrible. But there was this really weird situation where everybody was like, okay, like it was really odd. It was a really odd situation, right? And so the media started talking about a ghost pistol. They didn't say ghost pistol, they said ghost. All right, three-letter word, right? But I don't want to say that, right? So they started talking about a ghost pistol, right? And I was like, what's a ghost pistol, right? And so first I was like, is that a pistol where they took the serial numbers and they filed it off? Or is that a plastic pistol that was printed, right? On like one of these 3D printers, right? It's like, I don't really know. I don't know, right? So I went to my news sources, and all the news was using the term but not defining, right? And I was like, are they not defining it because because they think people already know, or are they not defining it because they don't know, right? Like, and I think in many cases that was the case. Or are they not defining because they don't want us to know, right? Like they just want to use these terms, and they're going to leave it vague, and that makes more people fearful, and that just gets them more views. I'm not sure, right? So I went to the news source. All I got was fiction, just a bunch of non-answers. Didn't learn anything, right? But then Taron Egerton, and get this, Taron Egerton has this film Carry On. Right? It's about the TSA, right? And I go into this movie with this question in my head: what is a ghost pistol? I have no idea what a ghost pistol is, right? Carry On's like, hey, you came to Hollywood for a movie? Let's give you hardcore truth. Let's answer the question you have right now, right? And they're like, this is a ghost pistol. Hold it up to the screen, wave it around, and like, here's a ghost pistol. And then they literally explained it. They're like, it's all made of plastic. It was printed, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, you totally defined what a ghost pistol is. I'm fascinated, right? And they're like, wait. There's a whole bunch of things you need to know about these, right? Now, one, these are regular pistols, but you can't just go firing them off a whole bunch at once, right? If you fire them off real fast, the plastic will heat up and the whole device will blow up in your hand. And I'm like, what? And they're like, we just said it. We explained it to you. Let's show it to you, right? And then they literally, it was like a definition in real time. They were like, here's what a ghost pistol is. Let's show it to you. And they show it to you multiple times, right? Then they're like, okay, hey person, this ghost pistol is now in your hand, but you need to know this to use it, right? And they literally explained how it would be used, what its limitations were, what, why it was special, what its weight was, what its benefits over a real pistol are, right? I'm like, holy cows, right? And they're like, wait, that's not all. We told you about it. We showed it to you, but let's show it to you in action. Like, and then they show literally a ghost pistol used multiple times to do the thing a ghost pistol does, right? So here's this thing that nobody in the country really knows what it is, this term that's being used constantly in the news, but not defined, and there's no source of truth in the news. No one will just simply explain what it is and demonstrate, right? But in fiction, they're like, oh, hey, we know you guys need this information. We'll give it to you right now. And they did. I'm like, what the heck? It was incredible. I could not believe it. Pay attention. Truth comes from Hollywood films and shows, okay? Truth comes from Hollywood movies and Hollywood shows. Fiction now comes from the news. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.